G'day. Welcome to Gatekeeper's coverage of the 2023 ACT Disc Golf Championships, the Sizzler, presented by OzDiscs. Big shout out to Rad and Justice for bringing the coverage here of the event. We're at the beautiful Western Park in Canberra, the capital of Australia. I'm Andrew Ferguson. I'm joined with Paddy Robinson and Tim Bowen from the Tee Off podcast, and we are stoked to bring you this awesome commentary.
Oh, yes.
Western Park. We're shaping up to a very tight finish to this one. Austin D'Alessandro leads all comers with a 22 under par. Dave Perry, second place, 20 down. Sharing it with Jade Brady, also 20 down. And Luke Bayne, very hot start to this second round, 18 down.
Had a big comeback there, Luke. Very nice. Hole 19 here, 577 feet, 176 metre par 4. Great drives are going to end up about here, maybe a bit more to the right-hand side and then approaching the basket very carefully because there's some OB long, OB left as well. The wind has not been kind.
Wind has only gotten worse as the day's gone on, and right now it is ripping. Bayne, that's gone nose up, and the wind's pushed it high out of his hand, but it should be okay. Got over all the trees. So
I really like the forehand off the tee here.
Oh, that is very early.
Vicious.
Looks like it might have stayed in the tree.
Oh, hang on. What was that?
How on earth? How on earth did he progress after hitting that tree?
I'm sorry.
Wow.
What just happened? David,
I mean,
you need to say a prayer or something, mate. That was ridiculous.
That must have only, it's taken a deflection, kicked left, caught a train, and just dropped itself off on the fairway.
I mean, that tree is about 13 metres in front of the tee pad, and he's still got at least 90, 100 metres of distance. That's very fortuitous.
I think he's still smiling here, isn't he?
I think Jade turned over a little bit, but all the boys getting through the first few trees, which is good.
Man, I was going to say, like, par is going to be super difficult after that tree kick, but Dave.
Wow. He's
man.
even got a birdie look, Dave. Great drive from Bayne. He's got an up and down with the forehand here to get the bird. Might have come up a little short. He looks like he was caught up a bit. Jade's in the same tree, but actually has a wide open swing here.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Hopefully that hasn't gone long, though. Those bollards behind the basket, ROB. If that's where Austin's drive landed, that is very, very good off the tee.
From the knee, 9 metres.
A bit high.
It's almost tax, really, isn't it, that one? To get there after that drive.
If he actually got a birdie off that drive, I would be stunned. So Jade in for the birdie. Well done.
Snatches that mini.
Looks like he was very close to OB there. Austin as well. So
it's all right, Austin. Settle down.
Local boys doing very well on this hole.
Still played quite difficult this hole. Only the 5 birdies on the day.
We're moving on to one of the hardest holes. This one, one early. This is hole 20, the par 3, 115 metres. Just takes a backhand through the right tunnel here. Something fairway driver, something overstable. That's going to check up and not go too long. It is downhill, so don't need to be going to your high-speed driver for this one. That looks a little high from Austin, and he's just hit one of those early trees.
Can be a little bit of a tricky par save as well. You really got to place your approach shot.
That's
Jade keeping that one a little lower.
That looks ideal.
Ooh.
Very close to an ace there from Jade.
Card getting a little bit excited.
Must have been close. Very inside from Bayne here. And he's kick left. Should be easy up and down for those boys. But as you said, Paddy, having those downhill approaches, in this wind, you want to put it close. And it is very hard to put it close when you're trying to stop your disc on the slope.
That looked textbook from Dave. Oh, Luke a little early. Yeah.
Very good from Bayne. Jade swinging that in. Very nice roll. I went a bit early, but the next hole, very, very challenging for these boys. So if they can get a stroke here, which Dave is looking at, he'll take it.
And he does.
Yes. Lovely, Dave.
Well done. That pushes him to 21 down.
Only 3 birdies on the day. Played at 2.94. Shout out to Paul Phillips and Pele Carlson.
Brother of Linus.
As Austin just taps out his par here, we move on to hole 21. A boomer 182 metres, 597 feet, par 4.
Approaching OB at these bollards here.
Difficult hole, boys.
I mean, it was just the wind. The wind at this point in the day was absolutely ripping. I know it made my Excalibur look like a leopard, so be reaching their most overstable disc, trying to punch it low with hyzer. Dave's done that very well there.
Yeah, this hole made me rethink my bag.
Yeah. I think this is the only way to do this shot, is just to keep it with hyzer, let the wind flip it up. That's a PD2 from Jade.
Jeez, and he's just throwing it out there to the wind.
Yep.
Good trust in his disc there.
Boys have done the tee shot very well. The tee shot's not the tricky part, though. It's the second shot. Got a massive OB carry, and you can see the wind. Jade's given that everything. Let's see if it's got the distance. Yep, that looks pretty good. It might be a little short, but it should be okay.
Now, it's not playing as an island here. It's playing as an actual... it's a river of hazard here.
Yep.
If you do go right of that path, though, it is OB, which I learnt on round 2. That was fun.
Looks like Bayne stuck the island, which is great. It's funny putting your disc up there and just waiting to see what the wind does to it. Looks like Perry's come up short. He's had a bit of a wind drop. So Austin with a 2-stroke lead. We'll want to make this one safe if possible.
Now, this hole
Has
was
to get
playing...
down.
Oy.
Oh, he hit the
back wall.
hit the back wall. And it's funny, there's a little gap there. He almost went straight through the little gap, the little cart gap.
Dave needing this one for par, but leaves it a little low.
Can Austin capitalise on his good break, hitting the dude signs at the back there? Oh, I just dropped it. You can tell players putting a little bit more tentatively because they don't want the big comebackers in the wind.
Oh, Bayne.
Not Bayne, though.
That's a great birdie.
Excellent spin putt. And Jade, yeah, he did make the island, so he's got a chance to get a stroke on Austin here. And no, just the wind pushed that down straight out of his hand, so he'll be tapping in the par.
He's just sitting there, though.
Dave tapping in, he'll drop one back with the bogey, and Austin taking the par, so 2 strokes on Jade.
Hole 22, short par 3, 95 metre downhill, 312 feet. You're going to see quite a few people take the backhand sort of spike over those right trees and just have a bit of a downhill putt for the 2.
Looks like a bit of a fun hole, this one.
Oh, that put it up high and the wind dropped it straight down.
That tailwind was, brutal.
Austin hanging out wide. He looks like he's got a good move on that. Needs to get down.
That is going left, though.
Yeah, he's going to be caught up in the bushes on the top of that hill there on the left that we can't see.
Jade looking very high.
Jade's had 2 wind reads, and looks like he's made a good correction.
Yep, he'll have a fine putt uphill there. Very safe to run that one. Dave's gone for a flatter shot here.
Definitely using all of that wind.
And
Lovely.
Beautifully.
At this point in the round with this wind, we're basically throwing our most beefy discs from here on out. It's just so windy at this point.
What do you do on this, Tim? Or what'd you do on it?
I actually took the birdie on this one. I've got a bit of a unique approach. I go the forehand spike with my most overstable discs. In this round it got me just outside circle and just happened to hit the putt, which was good.
Oh, lovely, mate. Dave for the 2. Oh.
Just off the tray. Surprisingly, in the second round, this hole was playing over par, just marginally. So 3.12, slightly over par. It's normally one with the low wind that the MPO boys are just lapping up.
Geez, Jade's had a couple of chances now to claw back that 2-stroke lead from Austin there.
In. Dave's in for the par.
Only 4 birdies on the day. Tim, as you said, you were one of them. Shout out to Clayton, Beck,
see.
Dan Frost, and Pele Carlson. Well done.
Hole 23 is a 76-metre par 3. Pretty simple one, this one. You just want to throw a forehand that rides this slope here and fades at the very end. Very routine par 3, this one. It's one you don't want to get this late in the round with too much wind, which is exactly what we've got. Bayne on the Toro, he's yanked that over a little bit, but it's hooking up nicely.
Yeah, that looks great.
Not too bad. He did pull that a little bit, but got lucky.
Austin looking for a smooth turnover.
The mistake, that's got past it. The mistake is hitting that tree that he just went around there. If you're stuck in there, there really is no putt. That's why they're hanging it out to the left just to be sure.
Now, I've not seen Jade throw a forehand this round. Is that in his game? I don't think it is it?
It's not, mate. He calls it the flutter boy, because if he whips it out, it comes out with a lot of flutter. It's only for scrambling. So he's a bit of a James Conrad in that sense.
I reckon Dave's at risk of going pretty heavy into the trees there.
Goodness gracious.
What was that putt from Austin? That was a half Jake Hebenheimer, half dad putt.
Was that a horseshoe? A horseshoe.
Don't know what that was.
Oh, good putt from Bayne.
It was almost a bit of chicken win action to that putt from Austin.
Jeez, Jade just parked there.
Beautiful.
Such a hard backhand turnover shot in this wind. He's done well to control it.
Oh, Dave's had a good reaction off the trees. Great too.
So Austin taking the par there. We'll stay at 23 down. Jade one behind him at 22 and Dave one behind him at 21.
Hole 24, big par 5, 267 metres, 876 feet. This one wrapping around the water. Beautiful looking hole and playing pretty tough on the day, boys. 5.41.
It was just the wind. The wind made this tee shot and the third shot very, very difficult to put close. Bayne, he's put that out at a very good spot, actually. If that fades, just in time.
That'll be fine.
That'll be great.
I actually like trying to go pretty long and up to the left.
Okay.
But these guys are, laying up short, setting up for the big spike.
Yeah, I think one play is to go where Bayne did and try and get as much distance as possible. A lot of boys will go where Jade and Dave are going, just something shorter, checking up so they can throw a spike hyzer over the trees for the second shot. Austin's gone the turnover.
Oh, that is risky.
Maybe come back.
Yeah, that's, I mean, if it didn't hit trees, that could actually be OB. We'll have to see where he ended up.
I mean, he's just lost a stroke too. Jade has been threatening the last 3 holes. That's that could be a big miss.
Tricky one. I don't know what it is in the distance, but the big spire is the reference point where you're aiming for the second shot. Put your disc up there at that spire, just like Jade's done, and have it fade back. Very curious to see where Austin ended up because he wouldn't want to give a shot up on this hole, going for a risky shot when he wouldn't need to.
Ooh. Has that got around?
Looks like he got caught up. Austin's in there somewhere. Looks like they found the disc, but he's going to have to pitch out, take his medicine here, I think. Yep, that's all you could really do from there.
Sit.
There's so many blackberries and stuff in there as well.
That's a real unforced error. So throwing 3 here, Austin. That's going to leave him with a very, very tricky approach. Needs to get up and down for par.
Yeah, he'll have a bit of a spike over.
There's really no chance. The basket is so close to the water here.
It looks like that tree kick did knock Bayne down a bit early, but
not too bad. He'll have about
probably circle 2, you reckon?
Yeah, he'll have about a 15, 16 metre putt for the birdie.
Jade lining up something here very low.
Turnover through the gap.
I reckon that's probably finished a bit early. That's a risky throw heading straight to that water.
That's a forehand
5
all
here.
day. Yep. So look, that looks great. He should have a small putt for the bogey, but not a very good hole for Austin. Probably could have played this one a little more conservatively.
Dave here looking to attack.
He's trying to set up for the bird there, Dave, isn't he?
Bayne's tried to give it a bid, but unfortunately didn't have the airspace to get the disc up.
Oh, Dave's just caught those trees. Big putt here.
Oh. This is probably the most exposed basket, and you can see even the basket's rattling in the wind.
Man, he gave it a chance, though.
Good comebacker.
You'd be happy with a par.
You would, because I'm looking at the board here, Paddy, and there's one single birdie on the day. Who got it?
Yep, it was me. Yep.
Well done, mate.
Don't check out the last 2 holes because they were shocking. All right, hole 25, 367 feet, 112 metres, par 3. It really shapes up well for the forehand, but we've got a whipping wind from right to left here. We're going to see what these boys are doing.
And look at the scores. Austin sitting in front with 22 down, sharing the lead with Jade Brady, also at 22 down. Perry one behind him, and Bayne one behind him. 3 holes to play, boys. This is the nitty-gritty.
It's definitely tight at the top here, and anything could happen.
This is going to be a hard hole for Jade to try and capitalise on with no backhand, with no forehand. Sorry, but geez, he looks like he's done all right there.
Yeah, he got full flight out of that.
Dave with the ever reliable sidearm there.
Such a luxury to have the forehand power that he's got, because cranking it out on hyzer, 112 metres, just takes the wind out of play.
Austin looking a little bit early there on the right.
Oh, that's it's going to be tough to get a birdie from there, Austin, and he's going to want to put it close because, again, can't emphasise enough just how strong the wind was at this point in the day.
Bit of a rare forehand from Austin too.
He's got a bit of a tester. This is where Jade's drive landed. He's got to look for birdie, and he puts it in.
Goodness gracious.
Geez.
That's a huge statement. Takes him to 23 down. Now Austin's got a scary comeback of a par.
Oh,
no.
Goodness.
What?
That looked like a very good putt. I'm going to blame that one on the basket. That's a huge turn of
That's a big
events.
swing.
Dave's still right there too.
Dave's at 22 down.
Ooh.
They got through a lot of chains. Jade making the statement with the birdie going to 23, and Austin will put in a bogey taking him to 21.
Mate, this lead card is lighting up.
That's it. Second last hole, hole 26, 100-metre par 3. A tricky par 3, very tight shot off the tee. And look, it's all down to Perry, Austin and Jade at this point, with a sneaky chance for Bayne at 21 as well.
Geez, Bayne's come back well.
He's come back very well.
He was at 13 under before.
Not a bad attempt. He's going to have a long look for the birdie. Jade with the luxury of having the lead. That's a little high.
Oh, he's got through. It looks like it's fading left.
Faded left, and left can be very tricky to get a par. Lots of trees and bushes out on the left-hand side.
And I'll wager the wind is like direct headwind here. So you're having to throw low into headwind. That is a tough shot.
Yeah, you're throwing an overstable disc and hoping that it works out to be a hyzer flip understable disc. It doesn't feel right.
Austin's gone par, double.
That
bogey.
looks money from Austin.
And he's making it.
Oh, jeez.
Almost threw it in. Needed that. He's 2 shots behind Jade. That had to be close. Imagine getting the ace in this wind.
Out.
So Bayne at 21 down, he really needs this to go to 22 down and be 1 shot behind Jade.
He likes the circle twos. Oh,
Just low out of the hand.
Put it close. Jade's got pretty lucky here. Could have landed in all sorts of bush on the left-hand side. Looks like he might even have a stepper. No, he's just laid it up. Smart boy. So this is normally what you get on the left-hand side.
Geez, Perry's out too.
Oh,
far out.
Great bid there.
So we're going to see Dave putting in the par there. We're going to see some
Where's
very
Austin?
tight scores going into the last hole.
Finally get to Austin.
Austin for the birdie, 22.
Man. Oh, man.
Goodness
We're going to
gracious.
see 1 hole to play, 1 shot between 3 players, and 2 shots between all 4 of them. Insane finish.
Hole 27. Par 4, 173 metres, 568 feet. It comes down to this one, boys.
It's all this one, and you can throw whatever you like off the tee. You can throw forehand, backhand, hyzer flip. You can go a roller if you want to go very ambitious. It all comes down to this. Austin's first to play with the birdie on the last hole.
I think he likes the roller on this.
He's
Well, there you
on the
go.
roller. I like the angle.
It is very ambitious in this wind.
He needs to start turning over.
Yeah,
It looks like it has.
you don't want to be short left, otherwise birdie is not an option.
I saw it just finish in the end there. He's gone a long way. He's going to be high and right. Bayne needs to really basically throw this in for an eagle to have any chance. We'll hope the other boys make mistakes. He's put a good move on the disc. That's a great drive. Has it got the finish?
Yeah, that's big. He's way down there.
Yep, he's made the spotter run, so he's done well there. Jade just needs to get this one in play. Doesn't need to get the birdie, I don't think.
Oh,
That's
that's
a
shaping
perfect drive. If you fade out to the left, you have a pretty open up and down, so that's a great drive from Jade.
Ice in the veins there.
Dave, low out of the hand.
It'll be interesting to see who drove further, Jade or Austin or Bayne, to see who has to throw first.
I mean, Dave's definitely going to want the birdie as well. This is tough positioning.
Oh, and he's hit an early tree. That's going to make it tough. Looks like it's Jade first to play. It might be his P2. Very ambitious in this wind, throwing the putter. Looks like he's done it well.
Oh,
Boys,
that's parked.
that is parked. So Jade parked for the birdie.
Dave, he'd be just wanting to get this in, get it close.
So he's out of contention.
He's out.
Jade's parked, boys. Austin basically needs to throw this in to have any chance of forcing a playoff.
Far out. That's all that's gone through your mind, surely.
Very rare forehand from the boy.
On his knees.
It's high.
Always given it a chance.
Eagle!
No way!
The Aussie James Conrad.
Look at him run it in. Goodness gracious. Almost
Oh
takes
my
the head
God.
off the magpie.
What just happened?
I'm sorry.
Dude.
Oh, I think
And there's a
everyone's done.
smile from ear to ear. Oh,
A
man.
rare smile on the
Wow.
dial.
How
That's
clutch is that?
insane.
Gracious.
Oh, Bainey, sorry. How do you follow that? Oh, jeez.
Throw it in too, son. Throw it in.
Where did that come from? A forehand throw in to force a playoff. Jade's parked. He had to throw it
Oh,
in.
he gives it a good run too.
Bainey's giving it a go too.
Well done, Bainey.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Who does that on the last hole?
And look, you can see Jade's putter there, 1 metre, half a metre from the
Goodness
basket.
me.
Far
He
out.
must have thought he'd had it.
That is clutch, man.
Bainey there. Tapping out for a bird and
Look at that final 4 holes. Bogey, bogey, birdie, eagle, man.
That is huge from Austin. I mean, he had the lead early in the round. He lost the lead to Jade, and he's just clutched up when it mattered right at the end to force a playoff. And look at the reaction from Jade.
He loves it.
he's smiling.
He's like, did that just happen?
Goodness me. And we have a playoff.
An incredible -24. We've got Austin and Jade. The playoff is going to be on hole 13, which goes down this way, and then we'll come back on 27 if the scores still stand, and we'll repeat that until we've got a champion. So,
Playoff, boys.
Huge. So we're moving over to this dual fairwayed hole. I know Jade well. This is actually his least favourite hole in the course, so he wouldn't be feeling great about this being the playoff hole. He's going down the right side again.
Look, they played this so well during the round.
Look how much more wind's in play. That's great from Jade.
Oh, far out.
Oh, look, it is skipping away. He's going to
skipping.
have a long look for birdie.
Well, I reckon he'd be sitting about 8 or 9 metres, surely.
Austin going.
Ooh, that's high.
Aerial.
There's a lot of trees there. It looks like he caught some. I can see leaves dropping.
Okay.
Okay.
He's a little short.
Circle
He's
two.
short of the trench, so this is a good 20 metres, this putt.
This
maybe
is in
just
his range, though. What would you do here? I'd try and lay up.
Oh, he's giving it a fresh bid. He must think Jade is close enough to get the birdie. Or Jade's got a bit of a tester too. This is no gimme in this wind.
Can he clutch up?
Off the band. Off the band. But just,
Austin's got a little bit more meat on the bone here.
Yep, needs this. Jade's likely to get the par. He's been putting so well today, Austin. Oh, just a bit high.
Oh, dude.
That might be all she wrote. Austin, yeah, he's not happy with that one.
That's a shame.
And Jade takes it with the par.
Far out. Huge round.
Wow. I still can't get over that
That's
throw
all
in.
right.
That's amazing.
Two best mates finishing together on top.
How
That's
good
all
is
right.
that?
All right, Jade Brady, 24, 11 down round. Austin there, 24 as well, 8 down. Luke Bayne, 11 as well at 22. And
What?
Dave Perry finishes 8 down, 21.
What a finish. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. The first A-tier event, or major event on the Australian Disc Golf Tour.
Alrighty, big shout out to Gatekeeper, Rad, and Justice for getting this incredible content out to the world. Big thanks, guys. I'm Paddy Robinson. I'm here with Tim and Fergie. Together, we are the Tee Off Podcast. We'll see you at the next disc golf tournament down under. Unreal, guys. Way to kick it off.